everyone. Welcome back to Rose Cave. Nice to see you guys. Tonight we have a good matchup. We got the Chiefs and the Chargers in LA. So you got a 9-5 Chiefs and you got an 8-5 Chargers, which have the first wild card spot. So they win, moves them up to fight for that division battle, or they lose and they drop back possibly a couple spots depending on what happens this Sunday. So you guys, I want to start off with that game, and then I want to transition to the news last night about Urban Meyer being fired. I have a couple things I want to get off my chest with that, because this whole time I have been right about this situation, and he should have never had a job in the first place. So, guys, to start off, we got the Chiefs, like I said, and Chargers. It'll be a good game. I like the Chiefs' defense stepping up. Last week, they were freaking good. And they're going to continue to be good. And so I really do think they're going to make that Chargers offense struggle a little bit. We all know Justin Herbert. They're going to get the ball out to Keenan Allen. How do we think that's going to go? We'll see. But I think Patrick Mahomes and that offense, just to kind of touch up on this, we have saw Patrick Mahomes bring that next level from last week. We saw him throwing the ball more, scoring a bunch of touchdowns, throwing bombs. He's definitely not the best quarterback this year. He's had definitely a lot of struggles, but that's to be expected. You want someone who's great, you want to watch a great person play football, you're going to see them struggle, and you have to see them struggle in order to see them be great. So I definitely think he is playing very well right now. And then, you got Edwards-Helaire on running back. Are they going to run the ball very much against this Chargers defense? Well, you got Joey Bosa on the right end. You got Melvin Ingram. Who else do you want to see? You know what I mean? You're going to see a lot of players step up. We got Derwin James, safety. Chris Harris, cornerback. He had some pretty good defensive players, and I'm excited to watch the game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs in this one. Pretty simple. They're on a roll right now. They are just smoking everyone, and they got their offense. If you watch my other videos, I was wondering, their Chiefs are not going to be back until their offense plays throwing 4 or 5 touchdowns a game. Patrick Mahomes really shined last week, and I saw fight in him. So, yeah, I got the Chiefs tonight. Chargers, I'm sure they'll put up a good fight, but that's what I got tonight, guys. I'll do a post-game, too, at the end. We'll go over the game, what we think. So, yeah. And then, like I said in the beginning, guys, Urban Meyer got fired. I'm not sure how many of you actually thought that was surprising. I'm not. He should have never had a job to begin with. I didn't feel that he was the candidate to bring in Trevor Lawrence. I don't think that he is the type of coach that is going to... college football is so much different from the NFL. And Urban Meyer, he's always had his difficulties with things. But to kind of bring it into the situation, you got one situation, your team loses, you don't go on the bus home with them. You go back, you stay in Ohio. What are you doing at the club? You're letting these girls dance on you? You got a family at home. You got a wife. What are you doing? You can't be acting like that. And you're setting a really bad example for the owner, Shad Khan, and his Jaguars, who he is trying to bring a very good culture. He wants that culture built there. You think Urban Meyer doing that is going to help? He should have been canned the first time. He should have never had a job. Okay, so you put that away. Oh, now Marvin Jones. He's having an altercation. Well, guys, who's ever coming out and saying this information, I applaud them. It needs to be said, if he's not going to bring a healthy environment to these players, he should have never been the coach to begin with. He should have never been there. The moment that something like that happens, you lose trust in your players. He lost the trust the moment that he had this young girl dancing on him. He didn't push her away. He just let it happen. He disrespected his players and he didn't bring a very good culture in there. And he betrayed his players. I feel that to the fullest. After all that happens, he gets in an altercation with Marvin Jones. We know him from Detroit. He's a very calm player over the years. He had Matthew Stafford. He didn't win many games. Detroit sometimes were very bad. There's times he didn't get the ball. But did he sit there? I didn't see him having an altercation with Matthew Stafford. Maybe the normal, hey, I was open. I didn't see him fighting with the coach, even though they had a very bad coach at that time when he was in Detroit, a Matt Patricia. I didn't see him causing a scene. But when there is a scene that he was causing in Jaguar with Urban Meyer, well, an altercation happened there. And from the reports that we know is Marvin Jones did not like a few things. He did not like the way Urban Meyer was doing things, that he got verbally abusive towards him. So he kind of waited it out. He eventually came back in. I want to know what was said to Urban. I want to know what Urban Meyer said. I don't think he was very polite with what he was saying. He probably was. I mean, and this is my opinion. This is not what happened, but this is my opinion. I do believe he was in there yelling at his players and holding them against something. Like, you need to be doing this because I'm the coach. I don't think it was a very healthy environment. And then, from today, 4 months ago, the report that really took off, he kicked his kicker at the time, Josh Lambo, who now plays for the Buccaneers, kicked his leg during pregame. Okay? I don't have the exact quotes, but just to kind of sum up a little bit, he told him, don't ever bleep and kick me again. And Urban Meyer rebutted and said, I'm the head coach. I'll do what I want. Well, like I said, guys, it's not the exact quote, but that is right in that vicinity. You can't talk to that about your players. You cannot do that. And you kick your player in the leg. What are you doing? He should have never had a job to begin with. It just irks me. He never deserved that job. It's a whole different ballgame to be in the NFL, and he had no respect for his players. He can talk all he wants. It was a bunch of bogus to me. And so, coincidentally, I told my wife last night, about what had happened, okay? And it was last night I had told her. And I'm like, I'm upset. I was like, after this whole thing just got blown out through the whole day about the kicker and, about it being brought up even more, I told my wife, I was like, he ain't going to make it. He's done. Like, there's no way Shad Khan can keep him there after what he has done and disrespected that organization. Shad Khan, he's a great owner. He wants to build a winning franchise. And Urban Meyer was not going to do that. And so, it was funny. Told my wife that. I think it was about 35 minutes later, if I'm not mistaken, get the message, Urban Meyer is fired. And it was in the middle of the night. I called it. He should have never had a job, but the way he took things to another level was disgusting, guys. And I don't believe he's going to get another head coaching job. Great. He doesn't have a winning record at Jaguars, so there's nothing appealing to a team. He disrespected his players. He disrespected the owner. He didn't have a winning record, but that also, I think, reflected on how he was treating the players, the situations he put them through. It's hard to play great football when there are distractions in that locker room, and he was a distraction. Okay? I want to finish up with that rant because it just bothers me. Everyone's like, give this guy a chance. Great. I called this from the beginning. I just did not see what I liked and saw what he can do to a football team in the NFL when he first came and got introduced. I was like, he's not going to make it. And the Jags they're not big with firing people. I think in the past 10 years they fired 4 people. But very rarely, besides the Tom Coughlin issue that they had as a head coach, they weren't going to do a whole lot with waiting till the end of the year, especially not with what was happening. So, guys, I want you to watch the Jags because keep an eye on that. I do believe it's going to be a healthier environment because these players, they want somebody who's going to feed them and say, we're going to do everything that you can. You have Trevor Lawrence coming out frustrated. He wants his main running back in. Why was Urban Meyer taking him out and saying, well, the other coaches got to do a better job as substitutions? What are you doing there if that's not your job? You're supposed to be making sure everything is taken care of. Make sure guys come in and out. You don't have your main running back. I can't think of his name offhand, guys, but Trevor Lawrence wanted him in. And you, as Urban Meyer, the coach, are blaming your assistant coaches and other staff for not having that handled. Urban Meyer is not stupid, and he's a great coach. I should say he was a great coach in college, because I just don't believe he has that now. You have to take accountability. So that's all I have to say about that. It's crazy, but guys, please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about it so I can keep everything moving, give you guys everything I know, all my opinions, give you guys the latest news. I'm just going to keep digging deeper into it. So I'll catch you guys after the game. We'll dig into it a little bit, see what we think. And guys, I really appreciate you watching. I'm out.